Good morning, Jolie Jenkins. Welcome on VH Berries.
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm very grateful. How about you today?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I got my kids off to school. Had a kind of a crazy morning, but now I'm relaxed in my chair. I'm happy.
I would say that maybe that this morning is very calm because you are listening to music and especially to one artist called Etta James.
Oh, is that what you're listening to?
I really like this style, but I saw that this was one of your favorite singer.
Oh, really? I I I I mean, I like her. Did you read that somewhere?
Absolutely, on Spotify, I saw that you have created
Oh.
back in 2012, so more than 10 years ago, a playlist about her best songs.
Oh, wow. Okay. That was 10 years ago. I don't remember that, but I trust you. I've lived so many lives since then.
If I understood correctly, you mean that since then, your the musical taste of Jolie Jenkins has evolved.
Well, I think it's probably devolved, Victor, because now my kids commandeer my Spotify, and so it's horrible, horrible music.
Absolutely. You are talking about some horrible music for Louis Rocket, such as the hamster dance song.
Yes, the hamster dance. Yeah, that's a big popular track in our house. Oh my God.
I would love to know more about your musical taste besides the one of your kids, because they are also influenced by classical music.
Well, my life is when I do get to be in charge of the music. I like music that's relaxing and moody. I like moody music. I like I like Bon Iver. I like mixes that are very like calm and chill. Like I listen to chill mix on Spotify, and I also really like musical theater. I started my early career in music, doing a lot of musicals, and it's kind of my I was going to say my guilty pleasure, but there's nothing wrong with listening to musicals. I love listening to musicals. I've been on a Chorus Line kick lately. Do you know the Chorus Line? Do you know that musical?
Not exactly. What is it about?
It's about actors auditioning to be in a Broadway show. So you can imagine as a young actress who wanted to be singing and dancing on stage, it was a musical that really spoke to me as a young person.
And as a young person, Jolie Jenkins, in your very early days, you had this very close relationship with theater and musical, especially one called The Who's Tommies that took place at the St. James Theater.
Yeah, I did. It was such a special experience in my young life to be a part of that show for a couple of years. It was great. It was a dream come true, really. I mean, I had been just yearning to be on Broadway for so many years prior, and so it was very special to me.
It was very special to you, Jolie Jenkins, and I just mentioned a place called the St. James Theatre. Is it the actual place that you were? Because this one is based in Montreal, Canada, and this is actually, I checked that just before, 20 minutes of walks from my current location in downtown.
Well, St. James, the St. James Theater that where Tommy played was in New York City, but I'm sure there. It sounds like there's another one in Montreal, huh?
Absolutely. So I'm very disappointed, Jolie Jenkins, but that's okay. You just told me that it was also very close to Montreal in New York City.
Yes.
You played a very special character in this theater play. Can you tell us about these very special experiences?
Well, I was 20 years old and I played, I was in the ensemble. I did lots of different roles in the show, lots of different small roles. For a little while, I played a nurse that sings a little bit. So it was not a flashy role for me necessarily, but it was a really special experience being a part of that ensemble. I met so many wonderful people, and doing theater and doing TV shows and being a part of something for seasons or years or even a few months, you really it's like a family. It's really everyone is coming together and you're sharing a really special experience. I think that's why one of the reasons why I really continue to be pulled to be in this business, because of the connections with people, and those relationships are just so special. They mean a lot to me.
This meant a lot to you, Jolie Jenkins, and that's completely true. You played characters such as the ensemble, Kevin's mother, and even the local lass.
I was a local lass. You're right.
What is the meaning of the word lass and local lass?
Oh, just like a girl, a gal. There was like lads and lasses. I think it was just like more of an English slang for girls and boys.
And to come back to my introduction with Etta James, even true, I think that you completely have forgotten about her discography, but I would say that we can associate every chapter of your life with one of her iconic songs. For example, the fact of escaping the purple rain by moving to Los Angeles.
Yes. Okay. That's true.
Because Purple Rain is one of her songs, so it made the transition.
I like that you really thought it through. So I spent 4 years in New York. I loved it so much. And I started feeling like that life of a dancer, of a singer-dancer, was had its limitations. I was so young, and my body hurt all the time from dancing 8 shows a week. And so I started taking acting classes in New York and really falling in love with acting and how to take a script off of a page and make it come to life. And I had a lot of family out in California, and I was missing them, and so it felt kind of like time to come back to the West Coast. So I moved back to LA, and I didn't have an agent here, or I didn't have any representation. So I just took that I took the one Broadway credit that I had, and I really just milked it for all I could, and wrote letters to people and took lots of meetings, and it was great. I found some great people to help me and represent me, and just started auditioning for lots of TV.
And Jolie Jenkins, you just mentioned an extraordinary fact. The fact that you played 8 times per week. There are not even 8 days per week, so you were super productive.
It was. I mean, that is the hardworking folks in the theater, for sure.
I would love to discuss Jolie Jenkins about one of the headlines of the year's 2018 for you, which is a sitcom, a very a funny sitcom called Alexa and Katie, in which you're playing a very emotional and very touching mother. Can you tell us about this very special time on screen?
Yes, Alexa and Katie is such again, I know I keep saying the word special, but Alexa and Katie really is a project that is near and dear to my heart. I think just for so many reasons. I think, unless you're a big, huge star, you're auditioning a lot as an actor. You're auditioning for all different kinds of projects, and you don't often get to choose what comes your way. And this was just one of so many things that I had auditioned for that year and around that time, and this one happened to work out, and I was really excited to be working in town, to be at the time my oldest child was, I think, 2.5. He was pretty little still, and to be able to work from home, to have a great job near home where I could spend a lot of time with my son and my husband. That was just such a blessing. Then to find out that the show had such an incredible message, and it went on to just touch so many people who have been affected by cancer, whether they themselves have had cancer or had a member of their family struggling or living with cancer. So that was just such a unexpected blessing to be part of something that had something lovely to say about friendship and about family, and it also just happened to be such a wonderful group of people who loved each other, and it was truly a joy to go do that show. And then I wound up having a baby in the middle of it, and it just was what a blessing to be able to work. I got to work while I was pregnant. Everyone was so helpful to me, and I wish that show could have gone on for many more years. I miss it. I miss all of those people a lot.
I can totally feel, Jolie Jenkins, the joy in your voice and the sadness of the fact that this is going to be only a 49 episodes show.
I know.
In definitive, the messages, I guess, of Alexa and Katie is that friendship is the best medicine.
Yeah, I think that you're right. I think that was a big theme.
And you also just also mention 2 very powerful words that are cancer survivors, because all the stories is based around 2 best friends, and at the very beginning we can feel that they are literally very connected to each other, because the one that is not sick is completely, for example, shaving her head.
Yes, such so much support, right?
Absolutely.
I agree. There just was so many lovely moments of support. I think too, there's not a lot of shows. I think there's a lot of television where girls are being mean to each other or, competitive with each other. And this show was such a tribute to healthy friendships between girls. So I loved getting to help play those moments as well. And I really loved that the character that I got to play was really a real mom. She was a single mom who was, not rich, just struggling to do it all, to work. And she was going to school for part of that time too, and raise her kids and put food on the table. There was just something really real to her that was fun to play, especially as a mom with two little kids. I think that there's this feeling that moms need to have it all together and that moms kind of, that moms need to be the ones who are perfect. And it was a nice relief. And I feel like a lot of moms resonated with Jennifer Cooper's real style. I know I did. As a mom, I really appreciated it. It felt very refreshing to get to play a mom who was like, irritated sometimes and needed a glass of wine at the end of the day. I loved playing her. I loved playing her.
And Jennifer Cooper, of course, enjoyed to get a glass of wine sometimes, as you just mentioned. And I believe that there is a direct connection between Alexa and Katie and the Who's Tummies, because they both have audiences laughing between your texts and your sentences.
Oh, yeah?
Because it is a sitcom, so there are some laughs.
Yes, there are. You mean like a live audience?
Absolutely, and especially in American sitcoms, in which they are adding a lot of love to it,
yeah,
which makes it very unique.
That's you're right. You're true.
And in the next, last and current year, Jolie Jenkins, you are currently involved in an upcoming project that is named Jesus Revolution. Can you tell us about this piece of art that is coming soon?
Yes, so Jesus Revolution has been shooting for the past 6 weeks or so. The movie just wrapped shooting, and I have a small role in the movie, playing the mom to one of the lead characters, and another mom. I think I'm finding my my type, which is fine with me. I love being a mom, on screen and off, as long as I have my wine. Anyway, the movie was it was really a joy to shoot with all of those people. They were just such a great group of people. And we did most of the shooting in Alabama, in Mobile, Alabama. The filmmakers are from the South, and they were shooting there to have it look like Southern California. But the movie was took place in the late 60s, early 70s, and it's about sort of the the evolution of the Christian religion, and how prior to this time it was a very conservative. The church experience was a very conservative one. And so in the late 60s, there were lots of hippies and lots of people protesting Vietnam, and all of these people were really questioning and seeking answers and seeking new things other than, I don't know, the establishment, I guess. And so this movie is really about the evolution of the Christian church experience when people, this is a true story about a couple people who made a church experience really for everyone, for hippies, for anyone who wanted to come in. They weren't shutting the door on anyone. They were saying, God is for everyone. Come and enjoy this church experience. So, that was a really long answer. I'm sorry. But it was a really fun experience in that it was lots of vintage clothing and hairstyles, and just being part of that period piece was really cool. And I don't do a lot of film, so that was a fun experience too, to just do something different. It was nice.
Absolutely, Jolie Jenkins, because the costumes obviously have to fit with the early 1970s, and also have to fit with the location of the story, which is taking place in Southern California.
Yeah, it was. It really helps set the mood to see everyone in these costumes, and you really feel like you're in another time period. Even the architecture of the homes where we were shooting, it was just all so 60s and fascinating to just get to kind of step into that world. It was very fun.
It was very fun. And I would also add, Jolie Jenkins, that the year 1970 is exactly 10 years after the release of At Last, one of the biggest album of Etta James.
I love it. I can't wait to go listen to her after we get done today.
Absolutely. This is going to bring back some memories from the year 2012, the year in which you created that Spotify playlist.
Oh my gosh. I can't wait.
Jolie Jenkins, next to this dance interest and passion, and also this acting involvement, you're also wearing many hats, such as, if I understood correctly, some cakes.
Cakes?
Absolutely. This is the name of the website.
Oh, Joey Cake. Yes.
Is there a link with the actual cakes that we can eat?
Well, it's Joey Cake. Many years ago, I had a blog called Joey Cake. And Joey Cake was a nickname that I had when I was a kid. My mom called me Joey Cake. And the blog was not necessarily about cake, but it did have a lot of food on it and a lot of humor. It was really about, at the time, my experience at the time, before I had children, was really about living this actress life in this crazy city of Los Angeles. It's kind of crazy here. Like, people are kind of weird and just funny, and I think you have just strange experiences living in any big city. And, frankly, you probably just have strange experiences everywhere. If you're looking for them, like I always am, just looking for like odd interesting things. I don't know. So I would write about that and about just auditioning and what a crazy experience it is to be auditioning all the time. And then I would write recipes and take pictures of food. And so that was a really wonderful project for a long time. I'd like to get back to something similar to that at some point when I have a little bit more time. But yes, so Joey Cake was one of the things that I was involved in. Probably when I made that Etta James playlist, Victor.
Absolutely. There is a connection between everything. And I'm looking forward to see the renaissance of this very special blog. And I was at the very beginning thinking that you were like sharing your best recipes for blueberries cakes.
There are some cakes on there, I'm sure. I think there might be a blueberry pie or something. The blog is there. You can go search recipes. joeycake.com. Go check it out.
Absolutely. And you can also add some Easter eggs that are well hidden in the website for the most determined adept of cakes.
Yes. Yes. That should be the name of like the fans. The fans of Joey Cake should be called like Cakeys or something. Cupcakes.
Absolutely. Jolie Jenkins, I'm very grateful. Thank you very much for your time.
I had a blast. Thank you for reaching out to me.